And good morning, everybody. Spenventure here live from the Spenventure Cave in the bedroom. And today, just giving a recap and a summary of yesterday's games. And as far as I know, we had a really good matchup. All of them yesterday were really good matchups. The Wisconsin Badgers ended up pulling away from Colgate at 67-60, the final. And I'm going to show you guys the scores here in a moment. Oh, here we go. A surprising victory for the Buckeyes. They beat Loyola Chicago by 14 points, or 13 points, 54-41, and Auburn pulled away. Auburn beat Jacksonville State by 20, 80-61. Texas Tech, I had them winning as well. They won last night, beat Montana State handedly, 97-62. Purdue defeated Yale 78-56. Villanova won by 20, 80-60. Miami beat USC on a buzzer beater, 68-66. And Notre Dame beat Alabama. I didn't even have Notre Dame in the dance, in the tournament. And they have won 2 games straight, both with very good teams. Anyway, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame beat Alabama 78-64, and Texas beat Virginia Tech by 8. By 8. 81-73. And the game last night I watched was between Illinois and the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. That game went down to the wire, and I mean to the wire. Illinois had a chance to take the lead, missed the free throw. They were at the free throw line, missed the free throw. UTC came down, took the lead back by a point, and then they had to foul because there was they didn't have to foul. They fouled Illinois with 12 seconds to play. Ended up winning. The final score was 54-53. Illinois on top by a free throw. Duke beat Cal State Fullerton pretty easily, 78-61. Arizona beat Wright State by 17, 87-70. Iowa State beat LSU. I had LSU in my bracket. I think on one of them I did have them winning. And on the other one, I had them losing. Michigan State and Davidson also came down to the wire. Davidson ended up hitting a 3 at the buzzer, but it didn't matter because they were down by 4 points. Houston beat UAB 82-68. And this was a surprising game. TCU beating Seton Hall by double digits. A 25-point win. Or a 27-point win. And then Wisconsin beating Colgate 67-60. So, you can see all the matchups from yesterday. And there are a lot of them. 80-60, and then of course Ohio State beating Loyola. That game was surprising to me. I would think that Loyola would have actually sent Ohio State home. But a look at today's game, we got Baylor and North Carolina, Kansas and Creighton, Tennessee and Michigan. I want to see if I can try to watch that game. Providence and Richmond. That game could be interesting. The night games are the ones that I want to watch until 8 o'clock. The Lightning are actually on TV tonight. They play the New York Rangers in a tight hockey matchup to keep the playoff hopes alive for the Lightning as they take on the Ranger here at home in Tampa. You got St. Mary's and UCLA. That game could be interesting. And then the one I'm looking forward to is Murray State and St. Peter's. This game could actually be a better matchup than a lot of people think. Because the player for St. Peter's named Banks, I forget his first name, but last name Banks, he had a Showtime performance the other night. And he just put on a show against Kentucky and knocked Kentucky out of the tournament within 2 hours. Then you got Arkansas and New Mexico State and Memphis and Gonzaga. I feel bad for my friend to the northwest in Memphis, Tennessee. He's a big Tiger fan. Sorry about your luck, Chuck. But Gonzaga, I think, is going to blow you guys out. So, and then we'll wrap up. And then, of course, tomorrow, Ohio State and Villanova will play at 2:40. Before that is Houston and Illinois, which is really a good game. Could be a good game. So, other than that, now that that's taken care of and out of the way, here shortly I'm going to be going on another Spenventure today. We are heading up to Gainesville, Florida, and looking forward to that, and exploring a couple of museums and historical sites up there, and also trying a new place to eat lunch. Whereas my young adult minister from church told me about. He's also the college minister up there at University of Florida. So we're actually going to check out that barbecue place in Micanopy. That's what it's called. That's what the town is called. And it's a very historic town. Here, I'll actually read you a couple of, or just a paragraph, and what it's about. Micanopy is a town where history is very much alive. Micanopy Historical Society Museum displays showing area and town history, from early Native American to the Seminole War, naturalist William Bartram's travels in the region, and the Civil War. So a little bit of Civil War, and it's from the Thrasher Museum. So it is, yeah, here it is. The Thrasher Warehouse, it was constructed in 1890. It was served by a branch of the Atlantic Coastline Railroad until the 1950s. It has 2 wide service doors with loading platforms. The plain warehouse has Gothic Revival influence with the original wooden shingles covered by a tin roof. There are hand scrolls, wooden purlins under the eaves on both sides with its original red paint still apparent. Today, the property is owned by the town of Micanopy and is the home of the Micanopy Historical Society Museum. The warehouse was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1983. So it is also on, and where anywhere that it says a National Register of Historical Place, I am heading that direction. So that's one of the places we're actually going to go visit today. We're going to go visit 2 museums today. One in Micanopy, which is a few miles south of Gainesville. It's actually on my way to Gainesville, but we're going to stop on the way home because it doesn't open until 1 o'clock. We're going to go up to Gainesville and go have lunch or go see some friends first. And then we're going to go to the museum. And it's free, so can't beat that. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining me on this, just this talk about basketball and the tournament is still progressing. We got a bunch of games today and tomorrow. That'll wrap up the first round of weekends, and then next weekend it will be the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, and then after that we'll be heading into the Final Four. So next weekend will be really good. It'll be really fun to watch, as well as all the basketball games. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like on this video. I know it was more about talking and not exploring, but we'll get to that here shortly. Here within a few hours, we'll be exploring some of the museums. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe to Spenventures. Drop a like on this video if you love basketball. Leave comments down below. If you have a favorite team of yours that's out in the tournament or not, I want to know what your favorite team is. And ring that notification bell. Leave comments down below. You know all that jazz. And we will see you guys shortly on another Spenventure.